Hello, I'm Tom Martin, and I work in public relations. I'm founder of Tom Martin Media, a boutique PR firm based here in Connecticut. And I've spent 20 years as a television news producer with Diane Sawyer at Good Morning America, Charles Kuralt at CBS News, Jane Pauley at The Today Show, and various odds and ends thrown in along the way. And what I love doing, whether it was on my TV news beat or more recently in PR, is meeting interesting people and really supporting them in sharing a message that will really help other people. And so our interview today is a perfect example of that. I'm very honored to be with my friend Samantha Wyland, and I know that she has a very courageous and passionate life story that has brought her into access with some great health information that'll really transform the lives of so many people. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So Samantha, it's an honor to be with you.
Hi, Tom. Thank you for that lovely introduction, as always. I am a certified integrative nutrition health coach and the founder of Your Best Life, which is an online one-on-one coaching business. My passion is helping people in their 30s and 40s whose careers, family time, and social interactions are limited due to the fear and shame around their chronic digestive disorders. And being a longtime sufferer myself, as you had mentioned, I researched and educated my doctors about the root cause of my condition. And I used that same knowledge to walk my clients down the path to freedom with someone who has been in their shoes. So it's great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we can do this today. I feel fortunate that I've never been really bothered to a significant degree by digestive disorders, but as I read more and more about it these days, especially very recently, and especially from our conversations, I know that there are certain things that would be better for me if I did in terms of improving my sleep and getting proper hydration and many different things like that, even if I don't consider myself candidate for chronic digestive disorder. But I know that for people who do find themselves in that category, summer can be very torturous, you might even say, because it's such a beautiful time of year. People really want to get out, but it's hard to have that kind of freedom and carefree attitude that we would all like to have, especially during the summer. So I understand that you have some information that you want to share with us, especially for people that think, oh, wow, I wish I could, get more out of the summer season. But they have things on their mind, and I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. So why don't we just jump right into it and let people know maybe how they can have a better summer if they're concerned about issues like this.
Sure, absolutely. I think this summer of 2021 is definitely going to be epic because obviously last summer nobody went anywhere, no one did anything unless you had a pool in your backyard. That's really the only place you went. We did not have a pool in the backyard, so we stayed at home. I bought a kiddie pool, and I soaked my feet in it and laid on a lounge chair in my backyard. So I know a lot of people are still suffering, especially some of my friends, from the effects of lockdown. The COVID-19 or snack or Netflix and chill. They're still, and now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go out to the pool or the beach. I have to wear a bikini or I have to wear a bathing suit. So especially people with chronic digestive disorders, this particular summer, I feel like, is going to be the most important for them to have some of these tips, because they're going to be so tempted to just run to that food truck or run to that ice cream truck as soon as they can. So I definitely think this is definitely the time to get these tips out there for sure.
So why don't we just start? Is there one tip that you'd say above all others, really pay attention to this one?
I have 5, and I think they're equal. They're of equal value depending on what people are suffering with. My first tip is obviously hydration. If you're out in the sun, you're drinking caffeine, maybe having a Diet Coke or having an alcoholic beverage out in the sun and the heat, it's very important to hydrate, not only for your overall health, but also for your digestion, because when you don't have enough water in your stomach, you can't digest your food properly. So if you are cheating and maybe having something from the food truck, I love to use that analogy. Definitely, drinking water before and after you eat will help help your body to break down what you've eaten and also to eliminate it as nature has designed us to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I take it the Food Truck Association is not one of your sponsors this year.
No, for sure.
Okay.
That's just an image that I had in my mind, especially with this year. Nobody's been out and my pool bag's not packed. I don't have sunblock. I didn't have a bathing suit, so I'm imagining, that first day that you're going to the pool, you're going to the beach, and you're frantically running around the house, trying to find the sunblock, the sunglasses, the goggles, the swim trunks, the towels, especially if you're a parent and you have kids and you have to gather all this stuff. And, you jump in the car finally, like, hallelujah, we're going to go to the beach, and you realize, you forgot your water that you were going to bring, you forgot your healthy snacks that you were going to bring, but when you go places on vacation, there are options to buy junk food everywhere. Like, just you're bombarded with the temptation to buy from a vending machine or a food truck or the ice cream truck or, restaurant foods or different grill places that they have a lot. I know on islands they have like an island grill. Obviously, there's always a bar nearby. So that's kind of the picture that I had in my mind of a mother or family frantically scrambling and figuring, oh well, we forgot the snacks. We'll just wing it and order something or grab something on the way, which is definitely not a good thing if you have digestive issues.
Yeah, no, I can definitely understand that, and I mean, not to have gender stereotypes or anything, but I would imagine, especially for moms are, especially with younger children, are always putting others first. Like, I'll just grab something. Like, well, you're starving, and all you have are unhealthy choices, But before we move on to tip number 2, I just wanted to mention that last summer, I forget if it was July or August, one Sunday morning, I woke up and I just felt terrible. I had a fever. I couldn't focus. And I thought, is this what COVID feels like? And at that point, there was a delay in getting, the test results and so on. I guess it's gotten a lot better, in recent months. But I think it just turned out to be heat exhaustion. I mentioned it to a friend, and they said it wasn't really heat stroke, but heat exhaustion, because I still really don't think that much about drinking enough water. I've been reading a little bit about how important that is, like have a gallon jug or something like that. But it was really, really painful. And a few friends I spoke with said, they were actually hospitalized at some point because of heat stroke or heat exhaustion because of dehydration. So, it's so easy to think, oh, it's just water, but it's really so important, I guess, right?
Yeah, definitely. And definitely tune in tomorrow, because my guest Diana Wilder, we'll be talking all about water. Water is her huge specialty. So you're going to learn some great tips and tricks on how to incorporate more water into your diet. And she's really fantastic. So make sure you catch that.
Great. So why don't we move along? I know you have a list prepared, and what would you like to share with us next?
Sure. So the second tip I have is, everything in moderation, just like anyone else, but it's especially important if you have chronic digestive disorders. It's not like someone on a diet that can eat like 5,000 calories on Saturday and then just do a 24-hour fast. Because if you consume that much junk food on the first day of your vacation, if you have digestive issues, the rest of your vacation is basically ruined, because it takes a very long time for someone's stomach to recover after they've, binged like that. And which is why, if you do want to have, a little snack or something that may not be a normal part of your diet, do it in moderation. Spread it out a little bit over the entire vacation, or a little bit over the entire summer, or maybe just on the weekends. Not just binging. I think a lot of people feel like, oh, well, I already ate the hot dog, I might as well have a beer with it. And I already had a beer, so I might as well have some chips. And, you just go down the rabbit hole like that. And for somebody with, digestive issues, I have this image of that same mom who's frantically ran out the door with her children, and she's basking in the sun, and she feels that gurgle in her stomach, and she's thinking, oh, must be that hot dog I ate. I have a thing about hot dogs, so that's going to come up a lot. And she
So
finds
the Nathan sponsorship is
yeah,
going downhill also. Okay, but go right ahead.
Yeah, don't tell my son. I imagine her jumping out of the pool because she just, she needs to use the restroom, and public restrooms can be not so pleasant, especially when you're in a soaking wet bathing suit and no time to grab a towel or flip flops. You just have to go flying, and then after you're done, you're wishing that you had packed a shower in your pool bag because you just feel so disgusting. So definitely want to.
So you want to think ahead to avoid that scenario, obviously.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. No, it's interesting. It's funny. I years ago in college studied Greek philosophy. I forget if it was Plato or Socrates who said everything in moderation. And then I'm reminded of another great philosopher, Mae West, who said, "Too much is my favorite number." But I guess that doesn't apply to our nutritional habits here. And again, I've just been reading a book about the leaky gut syndrome and that kind of thing. And the fellow who wrote the book, or actually the couple who wrote the book, talked about a food journal because the man's wife was very more attentive to nutritional eating and so on. And he said, well, I can't resist chocolate milkshakes. I'm just, if I walk by an ice cream store, a nice beach resort or something, I just can't resist. And then a couple of days, he'd forgotten that he'd ordered that chocolate milkshake. But a couple of days later, because he kept a food journal, he just felt terrible. And I think his bathroom habits were affected also. He said, what's going on? And she said, look back through your food journal. It's like, oh my gosh, it's because I gave in to temptation. I know I shouldn't have, but I gave in, and there's a direct cause and effect relationship, I guess. So,
that's exactly how I figured out the root cause of my condition was keeping a food journal. If you do have chronic digestive disorders, it is very important to do that. Not only list your food, but also if there's any stressors in your life, if there's any hormone changes, or any family situations, just anything really that's going on in your life that seems different. And then once you do that for about 2 to 3 weeks, you actually can sort of see that things are happening in a cycle.
Interesting. Yeah, no, that sounds very, very, very helpful. I'm sure I could benefit from doing this exercise. So
I think you have enough to do.
So what's the next tip on your list for us?
So yeah, this might actually have helped your friend after he drank the chocolate milkshake. So if you can sip on water with lemon or lime or ginger, especially mint, that will help to speed up your digestion. Even like a tea, a ginger tea, a mint tea. I know in the summer it's not fun to drink hot tea, but you can always brew it hot and then leave it in the fridge overnight so it's cold. Put it in your water bottle and sip on it. This way you're getting it actually speeds up your digestion so that you're not affected as much by whatever it is that you consumed. I do that a lot. I lean on peppermint a lot when I sometimes with my disorders, there really is no rhyme or reason. Sometimes I'll eat something one day and I'll be fine. I'll eat the same thing a week later and I don't feel well, so I will reach for that peppermint, and it does do its job. It gets rid of that if you're feeling like stuffed, like, oh my gosh, I ate way too much, I shouldn't have had that extra serving of whatever. Drinking something with mint in it, like not a candy cane, or chewing on a mint leaf, adding mint to your water or mint tea. Ginger is also good as well. One of my favorite go-tos.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. My wife Joanne, I guess, is a little more sensitive, digestively speaking, than I am. I mean, I don't go crazy, but I'm not as cautious. And so there's a little like gourmet food shop near us where they have the rows of the different kinds of iced teas. I will get my black iced tea, so I do get a lot of caffeine, but she loves one that has ginger in it. So I'm sure that does help. And I seem to recall that is that sort of like Chinese herbal thinking. I mean, I remember the Chinese appreciate the ginseng and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that's definitely Western medicine for sure. And that's a whole topic for another day.
Okay. So good. Well, I'm learning a lot today. What else do you have for us?
So especially if you are traveling out of the country, or even you're traveling to another state, because the water there is different, the food is different, everything is different. Definitely pick up a high quality probiotic at your local health food store, something that has to be refrigerated or has been freeze dried and needs to be kept in the refrigerator, because that will help to balance your healthy gut bacteria, so that if something bad does get in there, like something from the water or something from the food that you're eating, even if you are sticking with your diet or sticking with your healthy lifestyle, sometimes drinking tap water in another country or on a cruise ship can send you into really bad digestive issues. It's actually called small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So you definitely want to pack some probiotic in your suitcase, or try to find it when you get there, or ship it there frozen, and take that even before you go. Like, I would say 2 weeks before you leave for a trip, start taking it, and continue for a week or so afterwards, just to sort of keep things in balance. Personally, I take a high quality probiotic every day. But if that's not your style, then definitely take one when you are traveling.
Interesting. Okay, great. And so is there anything else we should know that'll help us have a great summer?
So my last tip is, regardless of what you are eating, make sure don't skip the salad, because you want to incorporate some roughage into your body to help clean out anything else that you may have eaten during the day. Roughage is very important because it will pull out more from your digestive system and help you to eliminate it, so it doesn't stay in there as long and you're not feeling uncomfortable. It really helps. The fiber helps keep you regular. This way, whatever's gone in there that may or may not be so good is somewhat easily eliminated.
Okay. And for those of us who probably don't eat as much salad as we should, I mean, do you recommend any particular kind of dressing? I mean, I love blue cheese dressing, for example, and stuff like that.
I love blue cheese dressing as well. I don't think it loves me all that much. I love, I love poppy seed dressing. I love, there's an avocado dressing that I love. I can't think of the name of it, but I know it has, and if you find a dressing with avocado and it's even healthier, EVOO, and just, old fashioned, oil and vinegar, because extra virgin olive oil has lots of really good health benefits. We need some healthy fats in our diet, so you can go ahead and keep on eating that blue cheese.
Okay, great, good.
Oh,
okay.
If you're not into salad, and I do this every week when I shop at Wegmans. I'll buy a small party platter of vegetables with dip, and then I'll just put it on the counter, and I can just dip and snack on it that way, and that helps me to get my roughage in if I don't have time to sit down and make a salad. So you can always pick up carrots or broccoli florets and just kind of throw them in your pool bag or your beach bag with something to dip it in, and that should help to get the roughage in there.
Okay, sounds great. Good. So I appreciate our time together. I learned a lot. I learned a few things that I'm going to implement in my life this summer to have a better summer. So is there anything else you'd like to add?
Not unless you have a question.
No, I mean, again, I hope people are familiar with your story. I think, it really helps to know, if you're turning to someone for advice, it really helps to know what they've been through, which motivated them to go out and really learn what makes a difference in life. And I know that's very much your story. So I just want, to let people know you have a great foundation on which you're basing all the information you just shared with us. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you. So yeah, anyone can go to my website. I have it right there. It's Your Best Life by Samantha.com. And I do have a free gift for all of you. I have a digestive assessment. If you're not sure if you have chronic digestive disorders, you can text assessment to the number right there on the screen. That is my cell phone, and I will be sure to send it right over to you. So there's that. And also visit yourbestlife.samantha.com. There's also a way to contact me there.
Fantastic. Great. Well, it was a pleasure spending time with you and learning from you as always. And I really encourage people to really implement what you've been talking about. So, and to follow up with you to learn more, because I take it, every person's situation is a little bit unique. And so by talking with people one-on-one, I'm sure you can be even more helpful, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because everyone's digestive issues are completely bio-individual. One thing that works for one person is not going to work for another person. So that's why it's really important to find someone to sort of bridge the gap in your health between your doctor, balance of science and nature, your lifestyle, and kind of put all those pieces of the puzzle together for you, because it's something that your doctor may not necessarily see, which was definitely the case in my situation. My doctors sent me around and around and around in circles and never were able to figure out what was wrong with me until I started to do my own research. And I told them, hey, look, this is what's wrong with me. This is what we need to do. Once they started treating the root cause of my condition, things changed dramatically in a period of months. It was amazing.
That's great. That's great. Great. Well, very valuable information, and I really appreciate your wisdom and the time you're spending with us. So thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Tom. I look forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely.
All right. Say bye for now.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.